something happened to me. Whenever that's why I told you about mistakes, you know. And I have a friend that's a banker, and there was a time when this recession was coming. So there was this platform that was coming online. Come and invest. You remember those kind of platforms? There are so many everywhere. Come and invest. You invest this one in 2 months, you get this one value. And I was just thinking, should I invest? Should I invest? Should I invest? Because everybody wants to create value, want to get more value. More value. And a friend of mine is a banker. He said, my brother, it's better for you to sit down and be chopping your money small. No, I told him something. I said, you can't just keep money down and be eating the money. It's always good to see, because of the pursuit, because of the drive to capture value. I'm going somewhere, because some of you will get your liberation this night. Amen. Because this is where the problem is. We want to rush to go and invest because we want to capture value. But we have not thought about other things that are behind that value that you need to capture. Sure. So that's where the analysis part of it comes. You must be analytical. In as much as you're intuitive, that's what we call intuition and analytical pattern of building entrepreneurship. So why we go academic is because that's where the analytical part of it happens. That's why you need a consultant. That's why you need business school, business clinic. In fact, we might begin to call it business clinic. It's a clinic where we overhaul what you're doing. We look at it critically. Are you really making profit? Is it worth your time? You can do it 5 years and still remember where you are. It's as much as you're not an entrepreneur because you never captured value. And that guy told me, I can't forget it. I said, oh, we can't just keep our money because it's not recession time. We have to look for it to invest. He said, my brother, it's better for me to be eating our money gradually. For me to invest it and throw away the capital. When he said it didn't dawn on me, it dawned on me when I lost the money. I lost the money eventually. Yes. I just invest. I said, oh, but you know, there's a drive. You want to invest. I want to invest. I can't just sit down and be eating the money. Let's invest it. But the one you're supposed to have eaten, you lost it. The one you invested, you lost it. Yes, hands are burnt so many times. But now, it's called information knowledge. Information era is the time where you analyze, you look at it. So that definition is very specific. Don't think it was deliberate. That you must capture, you must deliver value, and out of the value you deliver, you must capture enough value to cover your costs. Okay, so any business you're going to get involved in that is not going to capture your cost is better for you to keep your capital and be sleeping on your bed and wait for the right one. Tell somebody, wait for the right one.
Wait for the right one.
Please, because losses are more dangerous than even trying to do something. If you cannot even capture the value, at least get back your capital. Okay, very important. Again, this are from experience that I've passed through. So I like to be natural and plain because these are the truth. While we capture so much value here, we lose some value here because nobody taught us these basic things. But when you start doing them, then you start gaining more momentum. Entrepreneurship is the organization of human capital, technological resources in a systemic way without defining the principles of the environment in order to create value as either goods or services or both in the marketplace and also capture a part of that value as profits. So you can also systematically build a system where you organize people because you need people to help you run your firm. Okay, you talked about you have a business, you have a company already registered, right? In that company, you're not going to be. It's not going to be only you. Otherwise, you can't grow. You can only be at a particular level. So while I appreciate most of the things that Pastor Sule has been saying, he's been talking about it in terms of I'm going to bring you to that stage where we call different stages of entrepreneurship. There are people that are in the startup stage. There are those who are in the growing stage. There are those who are in the corporate stage. They want to go global. They want to float Johannesburg Stock Exchange. They want to go register their business there and all that. So we'll come to all that, but it's good we understand all of them so that you know where are you going. Okay, where are you really going? So in as much as we're talking about entrepreneurship, I don't want to just look at it like, hey, so now let me start going to buy tomatoes here and go and sell here. It's good to start there because you must start. They call it startup. Yes, but you must move it to the next level, which is the growing stage. Because only when you get to the growing stage that you can begin to appreciate and begin to gain value, more value. So in gaining value, you need to have people that are going to work for you. You have to get maybe a good location, maybe online location or physical bricks and mortar location, and all that. So we're coming to all that. So it's a mode of management of available resources, as in that definition, represents a mode of management of available resources with the aim of achieving set objectives. There must be set objectives. What are we going to do? How are we going to do it? How are we going to sustain it? So it doesn't matter if it's Maguiya you're producing. You must think of how your Maguiya business can grow, and not only grow, how it can be sustained over a long period of time. Because great entrepreneurs always think about long-term vision.
Yes, sir.
So I don't want to just think of short-term vision. And the Pretoria, if it's not working, I move to KZN. If it's not working, KZN, I move to KZN. How many years do you have on earth? If you have 40 years to do entrepreneurship, then you go to 40 locations. You never succeeded in one. Say God forbid.
God forbid.
So it's not all about moving from place to place. It's all about aligning yourself properly to the principles so that you can grow from stage to stage. Okay, so we're talking about it in terms of growth as well. We don't just want to teach you to start, we're encouraging you to grow. And we encourage you to move higher. Because that is when you can now have enough to say, Pastor, I'll pay for this rent in the next 1 year. Don't worry, my business is going to be paid for this rent for 1 year. The pastor can go and sleep and do the studies very well and pray very well for you, because now there's a flow. Okay, there's somebody flow. No. So our target is to have a flow, and we must have a flow. That is where I'm going to now, because I have to begin to think of strategic flow in what you are doing. Strategic flow, not just to start, not just to see yourself busy. I don't just want to be busy. I want to be busy for value, and then the value I must capture a part of that profit, because I'm not running a non-profit business. I'm running a non-profit business. That's fine, but for those who are in profit business, non-profit business is also a good business. Because there are other benefits you get, like satisfaction. Maybe you are building an orphanage home, like my wife, she likes to build an orphanage, which is very good. I want to help the children, get education for them, it's very good. We're going to be doing all that. But we have to start with capturing value first, because we need profit to run that non-profit. You can't run non-profit without profits.
That's true.
So when they say non-profit, I just look at them and say, for instance, there's the Keller Foundation, there's Mandela Foundation. There are a lot of money already put there. 30 million rand, 100 million rand. Why would they run foundation? How can you run foundation when you don't even have 5 rand or even 5,000 rand to pay your rent? So you have to go after profits first. When you get your profit, then you can use from excess of your profit to now do the Bill Gates Foundation, whatever foundation. People do their foundations at the moment. Did I say that? But that's why God wants us to run a good foundation, not the one that will go and form COVID and come and pass to people. No foundation. That if you are a Christian, you know, those days when we were in pandemic, these guys were talking. We were just only cursing them. I told somebody, I said, your cost doesn't mean anything. They are doing what they want to do. Because they have the money.
Yeah.
Have they died? Did your cost kill them?
They are going to be.
Your God did not even come down to kill them. Your God did not come down to kill them. Because they are running principles. Have you asked yourself that question? God will kill all of you. You will die. All of you that kill our money. All of you that causing COVID. They are not dead. They're still alive. They're still healthy. They're getting better. Why? Because it's not the way you think it works. There's a principle behind it. You go and have money. When you have money, just tell, hey, don't do that. If you go to Bill Gates and you're having the kind of money Bill Gates is having, we say, hey, don't do that. Bill Gates say, okay, you know you're my friend, I won't do it. And that's all. So we should also be their level. So when they are talking, we're also talking. We're negotiating. Don't do that. Don't mess the world up.
Don't reduce the population.
Don't reduce the population. That agenda is called hellish agenda.
Sure.
It's from Satan. And Satan can use them because they're the one that holds the resources. So that's why Satan is trying to deprive the church of holding. Because if you hold the resources, you can challenge them. I'm not saying God cannot kill some of them if he wants to kill them. But they're not died. They're still alive, still causing problems everywhere. There's one of them I just mentioned. He's talking about to put. I watched the video where he put the chips in the head of a pig. So they put chips because they want to see how they can control the human race with the remotes. That's what they're trying to. That's the aim. I watched it. I saw it on YouTube. I don't want to mention it, but so that is the agenda he pursues. With all the money he has, he invests so much of his money. He's looking at how we can put some chips, introduce it into people. So they have already experimented with the pig. I saw the pig. They will tell the pig, go this way, and the pig. So even the pig is foolish. They will take the brain off and put the brain that they want the pig to operate. And that's what when you say cyber what they call them, cyber people and half woman. They are trying to create something. They are trying to create something. They are daring something. They are daring God. They are trying to be creative. Like now, God is not against being creative, but there are certain things that I think that I believe there are some boundaries that God does not want us to cross. But these guys want to cross the boundary because they think that they have the money. That's what I'm trying to say. But if we are also having the money, we can challenge them and say, please don't cross the boundary. Okay, don't do this. Don't try to manipulate people. God said, let every one of us have our brain intact. God did not want us to be manipulated, but they want to manipulate you. Okay. So entrepreneurs can be described as, this is a very important one, entrepreneurship can also be described as a reaction to a shift in micro, macro, political, economic factors, global chain disruptions. We're already having that now. Entrepreneurs will always seek opportunity. So what opportunity are you looking at today? You can see it. I don't want us to be tired, so I'm going to stop somewhere. Please help me with time. Let me see. Okay. I'm going to stop in the next 15 minutes. I've got some other Pastor said. We'll just have some relaxation. We'll come back again. We'll look at some other things if we have the time. And then just keep moving. I said they react to a shift. Okay. Reacting to a shift means things are happening, and those things that are happening is shifting us to something else for us to rethink. So entrepreneurs are always thinkers. They think to react to the shifts in micro and macro economics. In other words, if you have a company and something is happening in your company, you have to look at the trend. If that trend is not good, then you have to adjust. Okay, to make sure the trend is fit back to normal. So that is reacting to a shift internally, and then externally, the macro factors. The government is thinking something. The government is saying something. Then common sense should tell you that is where we are going. Okay, global, very clear. Now there's almost like recession in all parts of the world, every part of the world. Just the effect of one isolated case, every other people or organization or people, whether we like it or not, petrol is 27 rounds. Yes. I just but I was asking the guy, I said, why is the petrol up? He said, oh, guy, it has been up since 3 days ago.
And it's going up again in August.
It's going up again in August.
It's going to be very rare by the end of August.
You know what they do in Europe? You know what they do in Europe? They are riding bicycles now. They are riding bicycles now. They said, park your car, just go riding bicycles. No. So, but that's entrepreneurship. Yeah, in fact, I saw that there's a club you can register with. The bicycles are everywhere. Just pay in that club. But you can do that. You can just buy bicycles, put them in different places, and then they register as a club, and then you just pick the bicycle at a certain location. You drive it. Whenever you finish, you just park it again. Any location that's close to you, you just park it and leave it. Some other person is already locked. There's a case studies we did in one of our studies because I also studied in one of the advanced studies. That's how she ran her business. The business is not grown. I think what they call Avis, right? Avis have bought that business now. They bought it for millions of dollars. How the lady started, it was part of the case study that we did. She bought cars and positioned them in different places in America, and then she just put certain technology in it so that you just register. Once you register, you're a member of the club. Then you can take the car anywhere the car is. There are locations where the car, you don't need to bother yourself buying a car. Just drive the car, get to a place, you park it there. The car is secure, it's locked. Then somebody that is registered will just go to the car. You have a special card, that card you just use to touch it. And when you touch it, the car opens for you. Otherwise, everybody cannot have access to it. So those are the kind of creative things that you can begin to think because it's a reaction to a shift. Something is happening, then you need to shift your mind. But some people that call themselves entrepreneurs, they don't know how to shift. You understand what I'm saying? They don't have that ability to shift. So a good entrepreneur must have the ability to shift and reposition and realign yourself to what is happening in the global trend. Energy prices are going up fast. Food is going up fast. With the war in Ukraine, I can assure you that we must still have because now they are not farming, and 60% of the wheat that we get in the world comes from Ukraine. Yes. And that Russia adds. So imagine 60% supply being cut because of war. That's why we have shortage of meat. And you know that most of the things that we take, meat, our food, our bakery, and all that, is all a product of meat. So what that means is that there's going to be meat shortage, maybe the next, because there's going to be a backlog because of this chain disruption. So how do entrepreneurs position themselves? So entrepreneurs, I wrote here, don't complain. Position. Tell somebody, don't complain.
Don't complain.
There are two kinds of people. Those who are complaining and those who are positioning. When the COVID came, people started positioning. Healthcare, special good healthcare services. How do we do this? How do we do that? I have a younger brother who's doing his doctorate, and I called him and said, "Hey, you are in school. What are you going to provide to the solution of the COVID? It's not enough to just be your doctorate. You have to be applying it because you are somehow close to the medicals." I begin to look at it was in microbiology, and I said, "Look at the issues." He said, "Oh, these are tough." I said, "It's not tough. It's all about study. It's all about research. So go into it and research, because you could just be the magic." So because we don't want to take a risk, we don't want to go into the realm of thinking. So we're challenging each and every one of us today to go into the realm of thinking, to reposition, to realign. Praise the name of the Lord.
Amen.
All right. What is an entrepreneur? As said most of those days. Not too much. We'll come back later on. But quickly, let me quickly give a difference between an entrepreneur and a business owner, because this is what I was talking about. That we need to be able to grasp what we're doing so that we can get it clearly. Now, there's a difference between a business owner, and an entrepreneur. Just cut it short. Okay, there's a whole lot of difference. The business owner are profits is their only drive. Profit driven only. So when they tend to slow down when they get that profit that they're looking for. They tend to slow down. So examples of things like this, maybe somebody producing soap, like our sister is doing, just producing soap. I know Mama is into peanuts. My wife is also into a lot of things she's doing. Some of us are doing one thing or the other. It could be products, it could be service, maybe dry cleaning service. Our sister is working in dry cleaning, so I was asking, how is the dry cleaning business? She's doing very well. So that's good. So maybe you are doing dry cleaning, cooking. Someone talked about cooking. Who talked about cooking?
Catering.
Okay. Someone talked about cooking, catering, catering services, food. I take it to. We have so many of those kind of. They call it mom and pop business. Mom and pop. That's what they call it in America. Mom and pop business. They don't go too far. Mom and pop means mama and papa. So they just put together. The woman is frying. The man is selling. They bring the profit. Every one of us will start from here. It's good. There's nothing wrong with this. Okay? But if you stay here, you are not really an entrepreneur. So when we say entrepreneurship, I want you to begin to think that it's something different. It's a little bit higher than this one. So mom and pop business is good. We start from there, okay? But they are only profit driven. But entrepreneurs are what we call profits and growth driven. Don't forget this. Okay? Don't forget that. Let that be at the corner of our minds that if you want to be on entrepreneurship scale, then you have to be both profit and growth driven. In other words, it's not just enough to start as a business owner. You have to grow as the entrepreneurs. They start from here, but they don't stop here. But normal business owner, that is what we normally see in most part of Africa, where they say micro, small, medium enterprise. The reason is because the micro, most of them fall into this category. So they're doing micro activities. It's good. But you are not an entrepreneur. It's when you begin to go into maybe small, and then you are growing to medium enterprise. So when you are in medium, very certain things begin to happen. Because it is that medium enterprise or small enterprise to some extent that can be able to absorb people, to employ people. But it's good to have this because we're in a continent where average unemployment rate is over 35% now. That's a lot, it's huge. And upon that, we are told that another 30% is underemployed. Even though they're employed, they're underemployed. So they're earning below what can meet their basic needs. So entrepreneurship is the way. And the entrepreneurship way will give room for you to employ other people, for you to absorb other people, to help you. So then entrepreneurship will become a broader platform where you employ people, you synergize, you cooperate, you team up, you make bigger things. Because the bigger productivity is on this end, not on this end. Yes, sir. But like I said, there's nothing wrong with this end. We can start from here. Okay, every one of us, one way or the other, we see ourselves here starting, unless you already grown to this extent. So our desire and our prayers is that we get to this end where we become real entrepreneurs. Because the people you are working for, don't forget they are this. Yeah, they are entrepreneurs. You're working for an organization, recruiting agency. The recruiting agency, the creator of that business is already here. So you are working in there. But there's nothing wrong with professionalism. I'm going to come to that if we have time. That's they call them intrapreneur. Intrapreneur means you are an entrepreneur in an enterprise. Because it's possible for you to still be an intrapreneur. Most of these guys, the Yahoo, the guys that created Yahoo, I love that they were working for, I think, IBM or so. They were working for IBM. So inside the IBM gives them the space, the opportunity for them to be able to create their own stuff. So intrapreneurs, if given the right environment, even though they are working, they are professionals, they can create other valuable product or service that can come out of it. Either they integrate it to the business or they can have that as, there's what we call sidepreneur. Sidepreneur means you are doing something by the side. Yes, the side business is there. They call it sidepreneur. So there's so many entrepreneurs, socialpreneurs. Socialpreneurs, they want to do social activities and all that is good. Sportspreneurs, they are just into sports. Okay, so that's why I see the sports people, they are making so much money. Don't just discount them because they have money in large chunks. But that's a business, so it's sportspreneur, you know, entertainment, those in entertainment industry. It's also a very good place, like I talked about, child posting YouTube videos and all that. These are all spaces that you can occupy. It doesn't have to just be the conventional entrepreneur, you know, value. It's value because what they are offering, they are giving you quality content and you are watching it. Okay, so if you have that mindset of an entrepreneur, even as a pastor, you're not just pastoring the same way, you're pastoring in a different way, you know, in a different setting, different innovative approaches and all that. You are also an entrepreneur, but maybe ministrypreneur. So you have to be in ministry and preneur it very well so that it can be valuable. In fact, big ministries, I tell people, I said, a pastor that can pastor a church that has over 300,000 membership, has over 30 branches. If once your branch is crossing 30 branches, don't tell me that person is an entrepreneur. It needs an entrepreneurial skill for him to be able to manage effectively and efficiently those systems that are on at the same time. Okay, so this is our goal. We should target profit and growth. So not just profit, because some people want to start getting profit, like I said, they get satisfied. So they're always going on holiday trips. Every small thing, they make a little bit excess profit. They take that excess profit, they dash to Cape Town. Let's go to the beach side. Let's go and enjoy ourselves. They keep enjoying themselves. They now come back and go back to Zoom again. They start again, they do to some extent. So they keep going like this. So they are okay with this place. But that cannot make you grow. Okay? Every one of us are victim one way or the other. But now we should start looking at this. How do you change those profits into other businesses and grow the business so that you can be large, you can be fairly okay to be able to absorb people, and then you can be sustainable. And you need to get to this point to be sustainable. Otherwise, businesses, we are told 80% of businesses close before 5 years. That statistic is scary. So why are we here then? If we're going to learn and the business are going to start after this meeting, is going to close. There's a chance that it's going to close in 3 years' time. Then I might as well not be in this meeting. Okay. So we are not here just to be here. We are here to see how we can go to this place. I believe question time, second session, we want to look at how do we plug into this place. This is the most important thing. Because not when you get here, you start struggling. You have to start knowing how to get to this place. Profit and growth, and push it to the next level. God bless you.
Amen.
So we'll see you in the next session very soon. Then we welcome Mr. Samson as he comes.
Put your hands together. Put your hands together.